at the time that I texted Shout, I had really been struggling with intrusive thoughts. They had become more frequent, more overwhelming, and more extreme, and I just couldn't cope with the pressure of trying to suppress them any longer. I was having thoughts that we are told are not normal, that we shouldn't be having, and trying to bury what I was experiencing whilst trying to live a normal life was just too much for me to cope with. So I reached out to Shout, and what I really appreciated is that Shout is obviously a texting service, and being able to discreetly message them was something that I hugely valued. I think that I've tried phone services before, but I find that that becomes more of a thing to me because I need to find a quiet space. I just found it difficult to express myself verbally, so that didn't really work out for me. But what I really liked about Shout is that I could text them anywhere at any time, and I could text them in my preferred form of communication, which is written communication. After I spoke to the Shout volunteer, I felt a huge sense of relief, the relief that I was desperately looking for. And that's because I felt like I couldn't speak to a loved one. I felt like if I shared with them what was really going on and what I was thinking, that they would go into panic mode and that I would become even more of a burden than I already felt. So being able to speak to a Shout volunteer and express and say what I was experiencing out loud was just hugely important to me, and just gave me the relief that I needed in that moment. I am now doing really, really well. I'm happy and healthiest that I ever have been, which is something I never thought I'd be able to say, and I think that Shout has played a part in that. Even to this day, knowing that I can reach out to a service like Shout and knowing that that exists and knowing that I've benefited from them in the past brings me great relief, and helps me feel more confident and reassured that even if I did go back to a place that I had been in previously, that services like Shout exist. So as cliche as it sounds, I know we hear this all the time, but you are not alone in what you're going through. If you need support, if you need help, please don't suffer in silence, because you don't have to when services like Shout exist.